So what's going on, guys? It's your boy Justin, aka Starboy. This is an interesting one. So right here, we're posted up right now. I got the lamb ski, the lamb chop, just sitting here nice, posted up in front of DSW Shoes. Now you might be saying, what the fuck are you guys doing here at DSW Shoes? Why are you here in the middle of the night, whatever the case is, it's raining outside? Today's video, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to do something to inspire you guys about just how far you can really come. For those of you that don't know, DSW Shoes was my very first job. My parents had a business growing up and I would help them out here and there with the business. But coming out of high school, going into community college here in North Texas, my very first job was DSW Shoes. And it was not only DSW Shoes, it was also this location that's right here behind me. The point in this video is to kind of give you guys some hindsight and give you guys some insight on how far you can really come in your journey. I used to work at DSW Shoes 2015, maybe 2015 for sure. We're currently in 2023, about to go into 2024. It's been almost 9 years since I had this job. Let's look back to what 9 years ago used to look like. I used to go to community college. It's called NCTC. It was like $700 a semester or something like that. I used to think that was insane. I used to think that was the most money in the world. I was going to community college and then I had this job. And the thing about me, guys, and I want to give you guys some insight, is I've always been the hardest working person, the most likable person, the most charismatic person, no matter where I was at. When I worked at DSW, I didn't even look at it as a job. Everyone loved me. The other employees loved me. The managers loved me. The customers loved me. I used to get the most signups in here with the little rewards program, all the extra stuff. I used to sell the most shoes. I used to help all the ladies with all their stuff and upsell them and so on and so forth. And I always worked the hardest compared to everybody else. And my thought process was at the time is if I was a good person and I worked hard and I showed up every day and I did the things that I was supposed to do, I would be rewarded. I remember 2016, maybe 2015, I get into a little car wreck and I use that as an excuse to ask them for a raise, right? I already know I'm the best employee, I'm the most likable, I'm doing the most sales, whatever the case is. And I remember my manager's name, her name was Janet. I remember telling Janet, yo, I just got in this car wreck, blah, blah, blah. I've been working here for a minute. I was gonna see if I could get some more money. And she was just like, you know what? I'm gonna talk to corporate and I'm gonna see if we can get you some more money. A week goes by, a week and some change maybe. And I remember she called me into the small little break room in the office room, whatever it was. And she's like, oh my God, we got you a raise and it's 50 cents. And she was like so excited about the 50 cents. And when she told me 50 cents, I was like, damn, that's a slap in the face. Because I show up early, I stay late, I help everyone, I move all the shoes, I sign up the most people, I get the most rewards, whatever it was. And I was like, damn, how is it that I'm the hardest working motherfucker in here, but I'm not getting compensated and such? Now, mind you, this is just a retail job. I never thought I was gonna make multiple six figures or whatever, but I started this job at like $8.25 an hour. I thought I'd at least get $10 an hour, but they bumped me up to maybe $8.50, $8.75. And that's when I realized that my time and energy was worth more than a paycheck. That's when I realized I had to figure out a way to exchange my money for money instead of my time for money. The reason why we're here today is not to just sit here and flex the Lambo or whatever. Like, honestly, you're following us for a long time. We did all the flexing, we did all the bullshit, we did all the fun and games, the chains, the watches, the cars, the trips, the clubs, the bottles. All that stuff is done and dusted. You do it once, you get it out of your system, feels amazing. But what really matters, guys, is how far you can really come when you believe in yourself. I'll tell you guys this, before Forex trading was ever in my reality or existed, before entrepreneurship, before investing in crypto, before investing in real estate, before MLM, before any venture that I ever invested in or did, or anything I ever did to make money, selling sneakers even, not here, but selling Jordans and Yeezys and Nike Dunks and stuff like that. Before any of that, I believed in myself more than anything. When you're young, you think about being famous or whatever. For me, it wasn't necessarily about fame, it was just about making money. I knew that for me as a person that I am, I had some type of it factor. I don't know how to explain it to you, but it's either you have it or you don't have it. And if you have it and you learn how to control it and you learn how to manifest, you can create your own reality. So me being this person with this it factor, being this likable, charismatic, whatever you want to say, I realized working at this job that I couldn't work a job. I realized that this job, even though I'm the coolest, hardest working, and I cared most about the job, I realized at the end of the day, a job is just a job. J-O-B. Just over broke. I didn't have the shit I wanted back then. And it's not about the Lambos and the chains and all the extra stuff, but even the bare minimum things that I cared about that I wanted, couldn't do it because I didn't have the means. I didn't have the means to the end. So what I'm getting at is this, is at the end of the day, what happened here, when I got that 50-cent raise, maybe it was 75-cent raise. I'm not gonna talk that much shit about them. I had fun here. I learned a lot. It was a good time. I liked my fellow coworkers. There was some shit that I didn't fuck with, tried to make me clean the bathrooms in the morning and shit. Fuck that. But you know, the thing I realized here was my worth. I realized that even though I'm the hardest working, the most caring, whatever it is, I realized that my worth was way more than the $8.50, $8.75, $9 an hour, whatever the fuck it was that I was getting. And what I realized was that my time, I couldn't put a price on it. Like right now, you guys are watching this video. If you could tell me what 1 hour of your time is worth at a job, tell me. Do you want to, if you could pick how much you get paid, it's $25 an hour, $100 an hour, $300 an hour, $400 an hour, what do you think your time is worth? Like, ask yourself that. Drop that in the comments right now. Ask yourself, what do you think your time is worth? Because I'm gonna tell you what, back then I thought, oh, $10, $20, $30. In the moment where I got that 50-cent raise, I realized my time was worth more than 50 cents. I realized that my time, I couldn't put a price on it. My time was priceless. I realized that my time was priceless. You can make as much money in the world as you want, but your time is something you're never gonna get back. So bringing it full circle, in those moments, I knew I was gonna be successful. I knew it. I knew it in my gut. I felt it in my fucking bones. But I just needed a vehicle. I believe in myself. The reason I always say this in every video and every time I talk, I always talk about belief. My level, my belief system, my level of belief. I believe in myself more than I believe in anything else in the motherfucking world. And that's the reason why I win. That's the reason why I'm winning, and I'm gonna continue to win. No matter what hurdle, no matter what bullshit comes my way, no matter what fucks up, no matter what goes sideways, no matter what goes left when I need it to go right, I'm always gonna win. Why is that? It might be that it factor. It might be the mindset, but it's just because of the belief level. And the level of belief that I gained working here at DSW was extraordinary, not because I had the best team and I was getting mentored and learning so much. It's just that I realized that I was working hard, breaking my back here to get a 50-cent raise, slap in the face, and I realized my time was worth so much. I knew I was gonna be successful. All I needed was a vehicle. Now, I'm not talking about the Lambo. I'm not talking about the 2009 Ford Mustang I had at the time. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm not talking about a vehicle in the sense of a physical car you drive from point A to point B. I'm talking about a vehicle in the sense of a business, an opportunity, a vehicle for me to use to get to my financial goals, to get to the destination of my dreams. And for me, it was trading. Maybe for you, it was drop shipping. Maybe for you, it was starting your own clothing brand. Maybe for you, it was OnlyFans. Maybe for you, it was selling a course or starting a coaching. Or maybe for you, it was selling a physical product or service or providing a service, whatever it might be. At the end of the day, we all have something in us, and what you got to figure out more than anything is what it is that God, the universe, whatever you believe in, is presenting to you. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the vehicle may be. The opportunity of a lifetime only lasts a lifetime of the opportunity. By the time you're 21, 22, 23, they say that the opportunity of a lifetime's already passed you by at least twice, and they say you only get 3 opportunities of a lifetime in your lifetime. So what am I getting at? I'm getting at the fact that you gotta want it for yourself more than you want to wake up to go to that job. Because I'll tell you this, my life at that time was this. I would go to community college, which I hated, to work this job, which I didn't hate. I liked it until I didn't like it, right? Maybe you can relate to that. My love life wasn't where I wanted it to be. I liked a girl. She didn't really like me back. I would waste my time on her. You know, I would smoke weed with my friends here and there, whatever the case may be. But, you know, all of that was worth it because what happened, it made me into who I wanted to be. And now I can tell you I have everything I've ever wanted, but it started here. And I don't have everything I ever wanted because of DSW shoes, but I gained everything I ever wanted because of the mindset that I took when I got that 50-cent raise. Now you might be saying, oh, damn, bro, you're ungrateful. This economy, 50 cents, blah, blah, blah. No, not at all. We're living in this world where it's a recession, whatever the case may be, and people are worried about inflation and living paycheck to paycheck, but you could really turn up and make $10,000 in less than a month if you really put your mind to it and create something and build something that comes from you. So at the end of the day, you know, working here at DSW, it was an amazing part of the journey. I remember waking up early mornings, driving 15, 20 minutes here, going in, having to vacuum the entire store. This is a huge store, I kid you not. Vacuuming the store in the mornings, If I had to close, you had to make sure every shoe was where it needed to be. Bro, there's like 10,000 shoes in here. You'd have to like make sure each shoe in the box was heel to toe, right? Some of you don't even know what that means. Like, you got to make sure the shoes were in the boxes properly. Like, understand that. For $8.50, 25 cents to make sure that the shoes were in every single box properly, crazy. But at the end of the day, guys, I know I keep saying at the end of the day, but what I want y'all to take away from this is you as a human being, you have sight and you also have vision. Your sight is like a physical thing. Your sight can only take you as far as you can see. Like right now, I'm in this empty parking lot. It's kind of rainy. It's kind of chilly. And what can I see? I see a whole empty parking lot to my left. I see a whole empty parking lot to my right. It's one car right here, but whole empty parking lot to my right. The furthest thing I can see in the distance is some light poles this way. Furthest thing I can see in the distance is the next shopping center across the street. Furthest thing I can see in the distance over here is the apartment complex. Now, that's what I can see with my sight. Your sight can only take you as far as you can see. But us as human beings, we're blessed with having vision. Everyone has sight, but not everyone has vision. You may not have been exposed to what vision really is. Vision is being able to see yourself in places you've never physically been. Vision is being able to see what's past this apartment complex or what's past this shopping plaza. Vision is being able to see what you have before it becomes into reality. Before I had the Lambos and before I had the whatever you think success is, the cribs, the chains, the whips, the whatever it is, before I had this, I already had it. I already had it, whether you believe in the spiritual realm or whatever, I already had it. I already manifested it. I already had it. In my vision, when I was working here at DSW, I already knew that I was gonna have the Lambo. And it just so happens that we only took the Lambo today. Can't drive more than one car. Boo fucking who. But for this video, I already had the vision of the Lambo. I was 19 years old, 18 years old, working here at DSW, and I already knew what was gonna happen because I had such a strong vision for how I wanted my life to look. The point in this video is you gotta have a strong vision for how you want your life to look if you wanna manifest and create a life by design. Everybody wants to live a certain type of lifestyle, but are you willing to put in the work to gain that type of lifestyle? Everybody wants to have that type of supermodel girlfriend or whatever, but are you putting in the work to even attract an opportunity to be around a shorty like that? Everybody wants to retire their parents or give them some money, but how are you gonna do that if you're just sitting at home scrolling on TikTok and Instagram, letting life pass you by? At some certain point, you gotta be sick and tired of being sick and tired, and at some certain point, you gotta give up the bullshit and go all in on yourself and believe in yourself and make shit happen. Guys, with that being said, this was the point of the story. I wanted to bring you guys here to my very first job, not to just completely shit on the job. I'm grateful that I ever got to experience working. I'm grateful that I was a young man and I was hungry and I was so passionate about being the best at everything that I did. And I am grateful for the experience that I had at this job. But the thing that I'm more grateful for is the fact that I had breakthroughs at this job mentally. I realized what my worth was. I realized my worth was more than a paycheck. I realized my worth was more than exchanging my time and energy for money for a business or a job that couldn't care if I was alive tomorrow. I kid you not, I remember people would quit or they'd lose their job or they'd get fired or whatever, and the next day, new hires, new employees coming right on in. So at the end of the day, don't let loyalty lead you to poverty. If I would have listened to my friends, if I would have listened to the socially cool people, if I would have listened to even my family, I wouldn't be here in front of the Lambo in front of my first job. I might have still been working at my first job. I might have been working at my second job, Verizon Wireless. It's getting like $10.50 an hour, a little bit better than this shit, right? Jokes aside, you gotta just believe in yourself. You gotta have a strong vision for how you want your life to look. The stronger the vision of how you want your life to look, the more you write down exactly how you want your life to look, and the more you manifest it, and the more you put the work behind it, eventually, as long as you don't give up with whatever it is that you're chasing or pursuing, you're gonna get what you want. And maybe it's not the materialistic stuff. I've grown a lot this past 2 years. I thought the materialistic stuff was what was gonna make me really happy in life. And mind you, yeah, it's nice, whatever, but what really matters, my relationship with my family, my relationship with my significant other, my relationship with God. No specific order. Maybe God should have been first, but your relationships matter. When I die, people will remember me for how I treated them and how I spoke to them and how I made them feel, not necessarily because of Lambos and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, guys, above everything else, you know, there was no script for this video. I just came here off the top, off the dome, just wanted to talk to you guys. And I hope something that I said today can inspire you to go and pursue your own dreams instead of making someone else's dream come true. Because I tell you guys this, DSW Shoes is a huge business. It's probably a multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar brand. I don't know the specifics. I don't know the exact amount. At one point, this was a dream and it was a vision for someone, and they made that dream and vision come true. Now, you have the choice here today. It's either you keep doing what you're doing and keep following somebody else's path and keep creating someone else's vision and keep making someone else's dreams a reality, or you take a leap of faith and you start making your own dreams and your own vision your reality. And I'm not saying quit your job and go all in on your business or whatever. You need money to make things flow. But if you're working at DSW from 9 to 5, if you're working from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., when you get home at 5 p.m., you have until 9 a.m. to work on yourself. So take the time, learn a skill, learn a trade, start a business, start a clothing brand. I know people that make 6 figures selling rugs that they make at home. I know people that make 6 figures making mirrors, believe it or not. I know people that make 6 figures washing driveways. I know people that make 6 figures mowing grass. It doesn't matter what you do, just matters how you do it. And above everything else, believe in yourself, have a vision for how you want your life to look like. Don't ever quit believing in yourself. So that being said, guys, I'm gonna just look back real quick and think about the laughs, the good times, the bad times, the bullshit times that I had here at this job. And then I'm gonna think about this too. Like right now, I'm sitting here, I'm looking at the Lambo, and sometimes I'm like, damn, I can't believe this actually happened. I can't believe this actually really happened for me in the time I wanted it to happen. But then I think back to the work I put in, and I know for sure the work I put in was well worth the wait to be able to get the things. The seeds you plant today are gonna be ready to harvest another season. So the seeds that were planted back in 2015 at DSW Shoes, they definitely were harvested a few seasons later. Might have took some years, but look what happened. Not only did we have massive success, everybody in our lives had massive success, everybody in our lives had their lives completely changed, but we were also able to help hundreds of thousands of people all across the world learn about opportunity to make money and make an impact in other people's lives. You know, the biggest thing I could take away from this is that right now, what we've done, we've only just scratched the surface. We're only just getting started. My goal for 2024, guys, is to just make a bigger impact. So if you're rocking with me, if you believe in me, if you like me, if you hate me, I love you regardless. We're gonna keep on bringing content. We're gonna keep on trying to inspire you guys. We're gonna keep on trying to break through for you guys. And with that being said, appreciate y'all, love y'all. Make sure you like, leave a comment, subscribe, whatever the case is. Stay tuned for more value. Peace.